Sophia lost everything that gave her life meaning when a fire took her right arm and her dreams of a culinary future. Years of despair seemed insurmountable until one risky operation offered her a chance at a new life. But the path to recovery was far more challenging than she ever imagined, as she grappled with her deepest fears and doubts. How she found the strength to rise above her limits will leave you truly inspired. Let's start from the beginning. But before we dive into this incredible story of transformation, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Here at Second Life Stories, we share powerful tales of resilience, hope, and the life-changing impact of technology. Trust me, you don't want to miss the inspiring journeys we have coming your way. Sophia had always found her purpose in the warm embrace of a kitchen. As a child, she would watch her grandmother knead dough, captivated by the transformation of simple ingredients into something magical. By the time she was a teenager, she was the go-to baker for birthdays, weddings, and every celebration in her small town. Her creations weren't just desserts. They were a testament to her creativity, precision, and passion. Sophia dreamed of opening her own bakery one day, where she could turn her love of baking into a legacy. But at 22, everything changed. A fire tore through her apartment in the middle of the night, reducing her belongings, and her dreams, to ashes. Though she survived, the tragedy cost her dearly: her right arm. As she woke in the hospital, the reality of her loss hit her like a tidal wave. The arm that had effortlessly mixed batters and piped intricate designs was gone. The days that followed blurred into a monotonous haze. Baking was more than a career for Sophia. It was her identity. Without it, she felt adrift. Her friends and family tried to console her, offering words of encouragement and help with daily tasks. But nothing could fill the void left by the absence of her passion. She stopped answering their calls and retreated into herself, consumed by the belief that her life as a pastry chef was over. One afternoon, her childhood friend Lena visited unannounced. A researcher at a cutting-edge tech lab, Lena spoke excitedly about an experimental program her team was developing: robotic prosthetics that mimicked human limbs in both form and function. "Sophia, you have to apply," she urged. But the thought of undergoing such a procedure filled Sophia with dread. The question swirled relentlessly in her mind. What if it doesn't work? What if it makes me feel even less like myself? As her savings dwindled, Sophia took a job at a call center. The sterile office environment and repetitive tasks were a stark contrast to the vibrant, creative world she had once inhabited. Each day felt like a reminder of what she had lost. Then, one evening, as she collapsed on her couch after a grueling shift, a news segment caught her attention. The story featured a woman who, after losing both legs, had reclaimed her independence thanks to advanced prosthetics. The woman smiled confidently into the camera, her new limbs a symbol of possibility. For the first time in months, Sophia felt a spark of something she hadn't dared to feel: hope. Maybe her story wasn't over. Maybe this was just the beginning of a new chapter. With trembling hands, she called Lena. "I'm ready," she said. Sophia entered the sleek, futuristic halls of the research center with a mixture of hope and trepidation. Every step echoed her doubts, but the thought of reclaiming her independence kept her moving forward. In a small, well-lit consultation room, she met Dr. Richards, the program's lead. A man in his late 40s, his calm demeanor and reassuring smile belied the gravity of the conversation they were about to have. "The procedure is groundbreaking," Dr. Richards began, pulling up a digital model of the prosthetic arm on a nearby screen. "But it's not without risks. The surgery itself is complex, and adapting to the implant will require months of physical therapy. There will be moments of frustration, pain, and even doubt. Are you ready for that?" Sophia hesitated. The weight of his words was almost too much to bear, but the thought of baking again, of feeling whole again, tipped the scale. She signed the consent forms, her hand trembling slightly as she did. The surgery took hours, each second a test of her resolve. When she finally woke in the recovery room, she hesitated to look at her new arm. The moment she did, a surge of conflicting emotions washed over her. The prosthetic was sleek, with smooth metallic accents and lifelike contours, but it was also a stark reminder of what she had lost. Her journey was only beginning. The first few weeks were a trial of patience and resilience. Even the simplest tasks, picking up a spoon, tying her hair, or buttoning her shirt, felt insurmountable. Every time her prosthetic faltered or failed to move as she intended, frustration bubbled to the surface, often spilling over into tears. Her physical therapist, Mark, became her lifeline. A jovial man with boundless optimism, he never let her wallow in self-pity. "You're doing great," he'd say, even when her hands were shaking with effort. "This is just the beginning, Sophia. You're stronger than you think." Encouraged by Mark's unwavering support, Sophia decided to take the ultimate test, returning to the kitchen. She dusted off her favorite recipe for vanilla cookies, the scent of which had always reminded her of home. But the experience was anything but comforting. The dough crumbled in her hands, trays clattered to the floor, and her prosthetic trembled uncontrollably as she tried to knead. Defeated, Sophia slumped against the counter, tears streaming down her face. The thought of giving up loomed large, but then a memory surfaced. Her grandmother's voice, warm and gentle, guiding her through her first batch of cookies. The scent of vanilla and butter filled her mind, reminding her why she had started baking in the first place. Her tears dried, replaced by a quiet determination. This wasn't the end of her story. It was only the beginning. Months of grueling practice began to yield results. Sophia spent countless hours in her small kitchen, repeating basic motions until they felt natural. The once dreaded tasks, rolling dough, piping icing, and flipping pans, gradually transformed into fluid, precise movements. Over time, she uncovered unexpected advantages of her robotic prosthetic. It could measure ingredients with pinpoint accuracy, handle hot trays without hesitation, and perform intricate movements perfect for delicate cake designs. These were capabilities her natural arm had never possessed. Sophia started to experiment with her new potential. She ventured into advanced techniques she had previously considered too challenging, like creating sugar sculptures and fine lace-like decorations. With every small success, her confidence grew. The kitchen, once a place of frustration and tears, became her sanctuary again. One day, as she admired a perfectly decorated cake, an idea struck her. She would enter a local baking competition. It was a chance to prove, to herself more than anyone, that she was still a baker at heart. But as the event drew closer, doubts crept in. Sophia wrestled with a barrage of what-ifs. What if I fail? What if they think my success is just because of the implant? Her friends refused to let her spiral into self-doubt. Lena, ever her champion, reminded her, "Sophia, the implant is just a tool. It doesn't bake the cakes or create the designs. You do. All the talent and hard work are yours." Encouraged by their words, Sophia pressed on, determined to give it her all. On the day of the competition, the room buzzed with activity. Bakers bustled around, setting up their stations, while judges circulated, observing with sharp eyes. Sophia's hands trembled slightly as she began her work, but as soon as she picked up her tools, a familiar calm washed over her. With precision and care, she crafted a towering cake adorned with sugar flowers and a delicate lace-like design. Every stroke and swirl reflected the countless hours she had poured into perfecting her craft. When the judges approached her table, Sophia held her breath. They examined her cake, noting the intricate details, the bold yet balanced flavors, and the impeccable craftsmanship. One of the judges looked at her with a smile and said, "This isn't just baking. This is art." Sophia's name was announced as the winner, and the crowd erupted in applause. But the real victory wasn't the trophy. It was the validation she felt within. For the first time in years, Sophia truly believed in herself. The implant hadn't defined her success. Her resilience, determination, and passion had. After her resounding victory at the baking competition, Sophia felt a renewed sense of purpose. She realized her journey wasn't just about rediscovering her passion. It was about sharing it with the world. Determined to inspire others, she launched a blog where she shared her recipes, techniques, and personal story. The blog quickly gained traction. People from all walks of life connected with her candid storytelling and unyielding determination. Her recipes, accompanied by anecdotes of her struggles and triumphs, became a beacon of hope for those facing their own challenges. Comments poured in from readers. An aspiring chef who had lost confidence, a young artist learning to live with a disability, and even parents who saw Sophia as a role model for their children. Sophia's following grew, and her influence expanded far beyond the culinary world. One day, she received an email that would change her life yet again. A major company specializing in advanced prosthetics had taken notice of her story. They wanted her to become the face of a campaign promoting robotic implants, showcasing how technology could empower people to overcome their limitations. The offer was a dream come true, but Sophia hesitated. She didn't want to become just another corporate spokesperson. Her baking was more than a career. It was her way of healing, expressing herself, and connecting with others. After much thought, she agreed, but with one non-negotiable condition. She would continue to share her passion for baking as part of the campaign. The company embraced her vision, and together they launched a series of workshops, videos, and events. Sophia traveled the country, demonstrating her craft and sharing her journey. At every stop, she reminded her audience that the true power of technology wasn't in what it replaced, but in how it enabled individuals to reclaim their lives. The campaign's highlight was a televised segment where Sophia stood in front of a camera holding a stunning cake she had created. Its design was as intricate as ever, featuring flowers and patterns symbolizing growth and resilience. Across the top, in bold frosting, were the words, "Believe in yourself." Looking directly into the lens, Sophia spoke from the heart. Your potential is limitless. No matter what life takes from you, no matter how impossible things may seem, never stop believing in yourself. Dreams don't end because of setbacks. They grow stronger when you fight for them. As the camera panned out, the world saw not just a baker, but a woman who had turned her loss into a triumph, and in doing so, inspired countless others to do the same. If this story inspired you, leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments. What kind of transformation story would you like to see next? We can't wait to see you in the next video.